Imagine asking a question AI about last week news and getting an answer that sounds confident but could be more wrong, totally made up and stated like fact. That is the people call it AI hallucination, and this is the exact problem RAG or Retrieval-Augmented Generation was born to solve. Instead of relying on what AI memorized during training, RAG goes out, reteach real information from external resource and wave it into the prompt before answer. So every response is grounded in actual fact, not guess, not updated memory, real information. That is what we are breaking down today. But first, real quick, my name is Salam Lak. I work across a different world. I have done a project in real estate and finance, and so that work started building seriously with AI because honestly, in this industry, getting right information at right time is very important. And a wrong answer in real estate or in finance means it is not just annoying, it is costly. So RAG or Retrieval-Augmented Generation is one hit close to me, and I think once you understand it, you will see why it matters for almost any real world business. So today we are going to see RAG in four clean phases. The first phase is indexing, the second is retrieval, then augmented, and then generation. So before any question gets asked, you need to prepare your knowledge phase. This phase is indexing. Think of it like building the library before open it. Here is what actually happens. You have raw documents. It could be PDF, a report, or contract, article, or anything. The system first extracts that text from the file, then it splits into a smaller pieces. It is called a chunk, not the whole document at once. It is a small, manageable section. Now, here's the interesting part. Each chunk gets converted to vector, a list of numbers that represent it, meaning, as we have talked about this embedding before, this is exactly that. And all those vectors get stored into a vector database and organized, ready to be searched. So why does this matter? Because without a good indexing, an AI literally cannot find relevant information when someone asks a question. The quality of your index directly determines the quality of every answer downstream. Get this step wrong means everything else fails. So now someone asks a question. This is where the phase 2 kicks in, retrieval. The user question comes in natural language. The system takes that question and, same as before, convert it into vector and embedding. Now you have a question as a vector and your entire knowledge base as a vector. Then it does similarity search. Mathematically compress the question vector against all the stored chunk vectors and find the ones that are closest in meaning. Not keyword matching, semantic matching. So even if it is exact word is different, even if the exact words are different, if the meaning is similar, it finds it. The top matching chunk gets ranked and returned. These are the most relevant piece of information for answering this question. And honestly, this step is everything. A great language model with a poor retrieval still gives you a poor result. The search step is the backbone of the entire pipeline in the RAG system. Garbage in, garbage out. Remember that. Now here is what it gets interesting. You have the user original question. You have the top retrieval chunks. So what do we do with them? That comes phase 3, augmentation. We combine them. The retrieved chunks and the original question gets merged together into one enriched prompt. So instead of just sending the AI what was the interest rate last quarter, you are now sending it, here's the relevant documents about last quarter financial data. Now answer this question. What was the interest rate last quarter? The LLM now has real specific context to reason over. It is not guessing from memory. It is working with actual retrieved fact. And this is the right here. Is what separates RAG from the plain chat. Then the model is no longer hallucinating answers from the word. The reasoning over real information, you handled it. Hallucination drop dramatically, accuracy goes up. Think about it in real estate. Instead of the AI guessing property price from outdated training data, it is reading your actual current listing and market report before answering. Okay, last phase, phase 4 is generation. The enriched prompt question plus retrieved context gets sent to language model. It could be GPT, it could be Cloud, it could be Gemini, whatever you are using. Then the model now does what the best at, language reasoning and generation. But this time it is working from retrieved fact, not just memory. It uses both its training knowledge and the specific context it just received to produce a precise factual response that directly addresses the question. And here is what you get out the other side. The answer that is accurate, explainable, and traceable. You can actually point back to the source document. This answer comes from this document, this chunk, this page. That is called citing, right? In finance or real estate, the traceability is high. You are not just getting the answer, you are getting an answer you can verify and audit. So let's zoom out and see the full picture. Index, retrieve, augmented, and generation. Your document gets prepared and stored as searchable vector. A question comes in, gets matched against those vectors, and the most retrieved chunk comes back. This chunk gets combined with the question into an enriched prompt. The LLM takes the prompt and produces an accurate, grounded, and traceable answer. That is RAG. 4 phase, clean, logical, and powerful. And the reason it matters honestly is that standard AI use out RAG is like asking a question who hasn't read anything new in 2 years. Imagine asking someone a question who hasn't read any new thing in last 2 years. They will sound confident, but they might be completely wrong. RAG gives AI live knowledge source, and for any building real product. In finance, real estate, healthcare, law, or other business, it's not just nice to have. It is essential and must to have. If this video was useful, please make sure that you hit that like button and subscribe for more breakdown like this every day. See you in the next. Thank you very much for watching this video.